Train approaching. Please stand behind the yellow line.
Good morning. Welcome to Tuesday, March 25th, the Daily QCI. We have a bit of an esoteric topic today, so try to stick with me here and let me know if this works. So, recently read about affordances and signifiers in products, and I'm going to try to apply this to culture and core values. So, first, let's talk about what affordances and signifiers are. Have you ever walked up to a clear door? No handle. You can tell where the hinges are, so you know this is a door that does something, but you're not sure what. So affordances are the capabilities of what that door might be able to do. You might be able to push it, might be able to pull it, maybe slide it if you're not sure about the hinges. Those are the affordances. Signifiers are the things on the door that tell you how to use it. So a handle might mean that you pull it. A plate might mean that you push it. A cutout might mean that you slide it. Get it? Okay. So we have affordances and signifiers. They have a relationship. They are connected in anything and everything. So affordances are our pieces and parts. Signifiers are our instructions. And we have the same thing in culture. We have a set of core values, and people look at them and think, oh, I know how to do that, but maybe not. So operationalizing our core values are providing signifiers for how to use those core values. You follow so far? So I talked about the glass door. If we have this glass door and it clearly has a handle, maybe even a label that says pull, we know exactly what that needs to do. Common failures. We have a disconnect between our affordances and signifiers. Really common with core values, where we have a list of core values, we might even have definitions, but we haven't stated what behaviors are attached with those. And so people get to interpret that on their own. And people have different interpretations. We can have unclear signifiers. So mixed messages in what the definition is compared to what the word is. And then a misinterpretation of roles. And this is where people just don't fully understand what their role is related to an affordance. So let's dig in a little bit more to how this is used in organizational culture development and maintenance. If we have a core value of innovation, but our processes, our policies, our behaviors are fostering a culture of rigidity, then we have tension between what the affordance is, which is the word innovation, and what the signifiers are, which are the behaviors that have demonstrated rigidity rather than innovation. So what we need to do is analyze that and realize that we need to modify our signifiers to allow the affordance to be expressed in the way that we want. So in this case, we would need to look at how our rigidity has impacted our lack of innovation, and then modify the policies, procedures, and behaviors that are associated with rigidity to promote innovation. How about this one? Really common in the team meetings that I see. We talk about wanting to have a culture of communication, and yet when somebody speaks up, we beat them down. We ignore their recommendation. We create a culture of silent meetings rather than candor at meetings and feedback at meetings. Another one, we want people to have autonomy. We want people to have agency. And yet we create systems that create bottlenecks and demonstrate micromanaging. So how do our behaviors need to be modified so that we can create autonomy and ownership in somebody's roles and responsibilities rather than the opposite? Let's see how we can do this. We're going to try to align our affordance and signifiers to create clear pathways for people to thrive. So we need to make sure our processes align with our affordances. So what is it we want to accomplish? How do we use our processes to get there rather than inhibit getting there? A big one, promoting clear communication and facilitating that on an ongoing basis. And then finally, encouraging active participation. We have to have people engaging in our processes in order to move ahead. And when it comes to core values, their impact on culture is critical. So this is where taking core values, defining them, and then most importantly, operationalizing them. So then what you have is the core value, the affordance, that has a definition. And then as a team, you create a list of behaviors which are signifiers for that affordance. So behaviors with that core value. Those behaviors in action end up shaping your culture. So you can create the culture that you want through core values. And then you have to reinforce it. You have to continue building trust. Trust comes from doing what you say you're going to do. You have to recognize when things go well, and then keep the team engaged and constantly question it. Are we doing what we say we were going to do? Are we behaving in line with our core values? Because great cultures don't just create invisible doors. They make them impossible to miss, and you know exactly how to use them. You need to signal loud and clear that these things are real and expected. So where are the invisible doors in your organization? And more importantly, how can you make them impossible to miss? Not only impossible to miss, but the right way to use them. So keep questioning, creating, and inspiring. We'll see you tomorrow.